Okay, so let's go to the last question. And the question is, what's the best way to plant that idea? Okay, so let's talk about a word that you are very familiar with, and it's called strategy. Okay, so now you have this big idea, okay, and now you have to implement it. Figure out which way to go. Okay, so this is what we call strategy. Strategy. All right, and what you're going to see in the next slide here is um, the strategy that Polaroid used for their big idea. It's only the beginning. Okay, so their big idea, it's only the beginning. Now they've got to figure out how to implement this idea. Okay, and typically what you see is when you come to the stage where you have a big idea and you want to figure out a way to implement it, um, there will be a bunch of meetings and experiments around what's going to work. Lots of different ideas will be thrown out, but then each of them will provide some kind of inspiration for the next. So you kind of look at this stuff from many, many, many different angles. Okay, so for Polaroid, their main idea is it's only the beginning, right? And now they have to figure out what's the best way of planting that idea. And of course, as you see, they come up with many, many, many different ideas here. Someone says, let's just look at different ways, innovative ways where people are using the Polaroid and create an ad about that. Okay. Well, somebody's saying, well, how about we look at a Polaroid picture and that picture might set off a chain of other events. And we can talk about that. That could be the ad. And then someone says, well, maybe there could be something where there's a specific reason, and that's why someone takes a photograph, and there's a reason why they do that, and we can talk about that in the ad. And then someone says, well, pictures can be a language, and we can kind of focus on that, right? So, of course, there are many, many suggestions. And then in the end, they come up with a strategy, right? This is a true story, by the way. So then they come up with a strategy, and the strategy says, see what develops. Okay, how about we use something about see what develops? Okay. So what you're seeing here is it's just an interesting ad. I'm going to show you. And it's an older ad, like you can see, 1996. Okay, it's a very interesting version of See What Develops, and let's look at it.
Very bad dog. Bad dog. Very bad dog. Oh dear.
Okay, so I hope that you've enjoyed, this very long chapter on creative strategy, and hopefully we have answered all those questions and you have some clarity on all those questions. And so you need to look at all of those questions as you work on your creative brief. Okay, and I'm hoping that through all these examples that I've given you, that it's gotten you thinking about how you actually create a creative brief, how it needs to be shot and funneled, and how it has to be a perfect document that you can give to the creative team and inspire them to create great ads that you've seen today.